Is North Carolina Congressman Pat Harrigan. He's a member of the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, and also just to pick up on this arms sale, what I'm seeing here is that these are extended range attack munition missiles and navigation systems for Ukraine, ERAM missiles, GPS units, components, parts, and other accessories. There's also going to be training and technical support.
Yeah, Cheryl, good morning. Thanks for having me on. Look, the president shouldn't be happy about what's happening in Ukraine right now. I think we've seen very little progress since the meeting 2 weeks ago. I'm sure that frustrates the president. He said so yesterday. I also think that, look, as I've said on this program for a long time, I'm incredibly hopeful that the president can be successful in these peace negotiations. It is certainly in the strategic interests of the United States of America for this war to end. But it is not necessarily in the strategic interests of Russia to end it. They have a booming war economy going. It works for them. And we've got to be very cognizant that as we keep sending $1 million missiles to shoot down $50,000 drones and we keep losing the economics of war in this conflict, we're just perpetuating it, as is our allies in Europe.
I want to get to the drones with you in just a second, but just another quick follow on this. What I thought was interesting about this arms sale is that the funding is coming from our NATO allies. This is Denmark, the Netherlands, and Norway. There's some U.S. military financing, but I mean, we're finally seeing this is the result of President Trump hammering NATO and saying you've got to pay for if you want to defend Ukraine, defend yourselves. These are neighboring countries. Then you're going to have to increase your spending, and it's happening. It's a positive sign.
It is a positive sign. It is 100% a step in the right direction. I would also caution folks to understand that if we lose the economics of war in a protracted conflict, which we do because we have highly capable, very, very expensive pieces of technology, if we sell those to our allies and we're losing the economics of war, we're also condemning them to lose the economics of war, right? We've got to understand, and look, this hard talk against Europe is absolutely valid. I mean, last year alone, Europe, the EU, purchased $29 billion worth of oil and gas from Russia, and they only contributed $17 billion worth of military aid to Ukraine. We've got to figure out what side we're on here, what side we're supporting, before we do anything else. Otherwise, we're just sending good money after bad.
No, I agree. Let's talk about the drone issue, and I'm glad you brought up the fact that the drone technology is crucial. So you launched the Skyfoundry initiative. This is a plan to build an American pipeline for designing, testing, and mass producing first-person view drones. It was included in the National Defense Authorization Act following the Armed Services Committee markup that happened back in July. So explain more about Skyfoundry to us.
Well, Cheryl, Skyfoundry is one of our 17 of 18 key initiatives that we got across the finish line in this year's National Defense Authorization Act. And it very specifically targets building the first million FPV, first-person view drones a year in this country with a supply chain that's completely decoupled from China. We've learned from the Russian-Ukrainian conflict where they're going to build 10 million FPV drones this year between the two sides that are responsible for more than 80% of the casualties in the Ukrainian conflict. The nature of conflict has changed. It's not guns and ammo that are killing people on the battlefield. It's first-person view drones. And as we saw from Ukraine's attack on Russia, investing $120,000 to destroy $7 billion worth of Russian equipment, this is a capability we absolutely have to have right now. It's also a threat that we have to have the ability to defend against. We do not have the capability nor the ability to defend against the threat. We will after we implement Skyfoundry, and I'm incredibly proud of the progress that we've made on that end.
My Fox News colleague Todd Pyros on set has got a question for you, Congressman.
Congressman, great to chat with you again. We have been detailing, whether it be through Brett Velikovich or congresspeople like you, literally for the last 5+ years here at Fox Business, Fox News, the need to increase drone technology, make it cheaper, make it more ubiquitous, both in the United States and overseas in our warfighting efforts. Why? Why has it taken this long? Why are we still waiting, still dragging our feet as a country when we have known about this technology, the importance of it, and, the need to do it cheaply for years now?
Todd, it's a great question, and the honest answer is it's a resistance to change in doing business differently than the way it's always been done. As I said, our defense industrial base has become incredibly lackadaisical very good at producing the high-cost problem to our enemy's low-cost solution. We have to flip that paradigm, and that is exactly what my office is working on. And many other folks in Congress and the Senate are collaborating on right now with the Department of Defense to make sure that we can actually start winning the economics of war. We have to realize we are not going to be successful in these global conflicts unless we're winning the economics of war, and we're losing it very, very badly. That resistance to change has to get broken down with a wrecking ball, and that is what we're doing with Skyfoundry. It forces us to produce the low-cost solutions to our enemy's high-cost problems and develop that with a completely American supply chain. We're just getting started, though, Todd.
Yeah, real quick, Congressman, before you go, just want to congratulate you. President Trump just endorsed you for re-election in North Carolina's 10th congressional district. Here's his post on Truth Social about you. Pat knows the wisdom and courage that is required to defend our country, support our incredible military veterans, and ensure peace through strength. So your reaction to that post?
Well, I was really honored to get his endorsement again, and I'll tell you, he's an incredible president doing amazing work for the future of this country. I'm proud to stand alongside of him as I work again through Congress here. But we're going to keep the ball rolling. We're going to keep winning together, and this country is going to be in a better place when we're all said and done.
Yeah, no, and definitely I would love to talk to you again about this drone technology and kind of see where this all goes. It really is fascinating, not just the economics of war that you mentioned, but also the technology of war and how different this is now. Congressman Pat Harrigan, thank you, sir, for being here. We hope you enjoy your holiday weekend.
Thanks for having me, Cheryl.
All right.
You too.
Yeah, we'll see you in D.C. next week.